Right, hello and welcome. And so yeah, I'm trying to make these vlog things, which is something at least. But anyways, right, so last time I talked about Moscow and my trip and the difference between the Western culture and the Eastern culture. And that's kind of interesting, and it has always been interesting to me, simply because there is a big cultural difference between, and it's not that simple. I mean, you can't just go around and say that Western people and Eastern people are different because Western people are fake and Eastern people are more honest, which in a way is true, but again it's not that simple, because all-out honesty might not be the best choice to build a society. Because I remember when I started around, and by the way, yes, just I'll keep showing some other footage about my Moscow trip while I'm talking. So the thing is that when I started out with this whole filming business, as you can see, it's here, and I made a couple of silly films. It was very complicated and hard, because in Hungary nobody really cares about film stuff. Now, when I say nobody cares about, is that it's not a filming nation. We don't have our own Hollywood. Even India is more Hollywoodish than Hungary. So the problem is that during the socialism we had a couple of films, and we had a film studio owned by the state, which was fine, but now we can't make it into a viable business, and the state, the country, tried to sponsor things, but it didn't really succeed in any ways. Now a person called Andy Weiner, who produced films such as the first Terminator and Stargate and all these 80s science fiction-y films, he returned to Hungary because he is Hungarian, and now he is the Minister of Culture, or maybe just the film stuff, I can't remember, and he is trying to do stuff, but it's always complicated. So anyways, nobody went around telling me that, hey Chris, wow, I hope you become an amazing filmmaker because you're just great and fantastic, and thank you for the videos you make. That, my friends, happened only in the English side, or the Western side of my life. The Hungarian side of my life, or Eastern side, not really. I mean, people are always honest about the quality of your work. So, if I make a silly, low-budget film, and let's face it, the quality is horrible, people will tell me that, wow, that's not good, that you should do better. Which is not very nice when it comes to new and sort of like, young, sensitive filmmakers. So maybe I'm wrong in this case, but in my particular situation it didn't help. But then came the Western side, with all these great comments on my Hungarian videos and whatnot, and I'm still baffled. So to this day, after this many years, that people keep commenting nice things about, and even about these silly vlogs I'm making. And again, I'm not, I'm an introvert, so it's not very easy for me to speak even in front of the camera. I'm trying to get over this, so please forgive me if I digress a lot, because this, I don't know, you're not an audience for me. I mean, you're watching this one as an entirely different experience. For me, you're just this lens over here, and I don't know what you want. What do you want? What do you want from me? So yes. But it's still interesting and it's still fun trying to figure it out, and I guess it can be learned. But the Western, and I'm going back to that, Western stuff helps with this, because people will leave these fake fun comments about like, oh, how great I am. And I'm pretty sure that we both know that I'm not that great. I mean, I haven't done any significant stuff like films. I haven't made any, I don't know, great films. But still, it's so nice to hear. So in the Western part of the world, you have this, and in the Eastern part of the world you have that other thing, which is completely honest in a way, and for some reason I'm much more sensitive about this. So to me, this sort of fake thing, it's way better. Now, as you can see, by the way, I mean, you wouldn't notice that Moscow is an eastern city, and that's the reason is that it's mostly globalism. That nowadays information is available, and the internet and everything. So people, if I want to find out how to dress, ideas about home decorations and all that, I can go onto the internet and it will be probably fine. I would find something, but not really. The culture cannot really be altered. So even though the footage shows, let's say a Western type of civilization, whatever that means, it's a very much Eastern attitude that people have, which is pretty cool. So right, so comments, because I'm pretty sure that this has been going on for like 20 million years now, and thank you for the comments. And right, so Fernando said that a nice explanation about the police. Yeah, we have to say police is dangerous in the USA. Yeah, I mean, this is something that like shooting of white men, shooting of black men or women or children or whatever, this is going on. And I'm okay, look, maybe if I want to be really harsh and an advocate of Western civilization, I could say something like, maybe this is covered up in Moscow. Maybe there are lots of shootings, but we just don't hear about it. But the truth is that I've been there, so I would have seen something, car accidents and poverty and all this sort of aggressive stuff. And the most aggressive thing I have seen, to be honest, is somebody driving really fast when no police and nobody is around. But even at the crossing, when you go through, they stop and they seem kind of patient about it. So, right. And then, yes, of course, Natalia, along with Christiana, she's a very good friend. So yeah, she's native to Moscow, and okay, so tell people more about food culture and lines. Oh yes, lines. Oh Jesus Christ! Something that I will have to do the next time. because I'm pretty sure I'm out of time and I don't want this to be a 20 million year video. This is a vlog. This is not something that you should watch for hours and hours. So next time I'll come back with food and lines at the Kremlin, because that was something that is hardly the fault of Moscow, but it's really much the fault of tourists. Oh God, I hate tourists. And I know I'm not talking about travelers. People who travel to different places, they are awesome. They are very open-minded and cool people. But tourists, you know, the type of that spends 10 minutes at a ticket vendor's window asking about all sorts of different stupid stuff and holding up the line, they really should be taken away by the police. So in a way, I would like to finish with this. I have seen lots of police in Moscow, yet I felt safe. But I think people in Moscow, in Russia, could use a bit more police, because people holding up the lines, they should just be taken away to Siberia, and they would be very useful there, I think. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next installment.